Here, every wave carries the force of a world untouched by man. Storms are born here, with nowhere to stop and nowhere to go. For life beneath these waters, survival begins long before the first dive. The sea does not rest. It only changes its mood. In this cold, even the air seems to sharpen into ice. Icebergs drift like ancient mountains, carrying the memory of Antarctica into the sea. Every crack is a reminder that even the strongest ice is always moving. Above the waves, one traveler has learned to trust the storm. The albatross turns the violence of the wind into flight. But beneath this restless surface lies another world entirely. Cross the surface, and the roar of the storm begins to fade. Below the ice, Antarctica reveals its hidden architecture. Here, light arrives broken, blue, and brief. In the quietest places, the smallest lives begin the greatest stories. These tiny creatures will sustain an entire ocean of giants. In this frozen world, abundance often begins almost too small to see. Every movement here is measured against cold, hunger, and darkness. And beyond the reach of sunlight, the ocean keeps its oldest secrets. The deeper we travel, the more unfamiliar this world becomes. Even in the depths, life is fed by a slow and constant snowfall from above. Above us, the ocean grows its own crystal kingdom. Between ice and darkness, hidden corridors lead deeper into the unknown. For the Weddell seal, the frozen ceiling is not a barrier, but a shelter. It knows every opening, every passage, every breath of this frozen maze. But above the water, the storm is waiting. Here, calm is only the pause between one storm and the next. The landscape itself is never still. The wind rises, and the albatross rises with it. What would destroy another creature becomes its path through the sky. Yet even this master of the wind is small against the Southern Ocean. The sea carves patiently at the edges of the frozen continent. Each falling fragment becomes part of the ocean's changing world. Beneath the ice, a living harvest is growing. Here, life survives by becoming small, clear, and almost unseen. This small drifting army will feed birds, seals, and whales across an entire ocean. And as the light returns, so does the promise of larger life. For a moment, the storm loosens its grip. But in this ocean, peace is never permanent. Across the ice, the first signs of life are beginning to gather. What looks empty from above is alive, with hidden pathways and fragile shelter. Every grain of ice reflects a world shaped by cold. At the frontier between ice and sea, the emperors have arrived. Together, they face a climate no creature can endure alone. Together, they face a climate no creature can endure alone. One leap carries it from the frozen world into a world of blue. Underwater, the Emperor becomes something entirely different. They move through the water, like arrows through the sky. Below the ice waits the food that binds this entire ecosystem together. Speed is survival in a world where every second matters. But in the depths, no movement goes unseen for long. The Weddell seal belongs to this labyrinth of ice and water. In a frozen ocean, every breath must be earned. For now, the ice gives it air, and the sea gives it life. Across the ice, every resting place is temporary. Against this vast wilderness, life seems impossibly small. And already, the next storm is on its way. The Southern Ocean never promises safety, only another chance to survive. This is the last wild ocean, where every creature lives at the edge of the impossible. The storm has arrived, and with it comes the true power of the Southern Ocean. Here, the wind can travel unbroken around the planet, gathering strength with every mile. There are few places on Earth where weather rules with such absolute force. At the surface, every breath of wind becomes a weapon. The waves rise higher, shaped by winds that have crossed an entire world. Nothing here is still. Not the water, not the sky, not even the ice. Even mountains of ice are carried helplessly by the ocean's changing mood. The sea pounds at the ice without pause, carving the frozen frontier one wave at a time. What appears solid from afar is always moving, breaking, and remaking itself. For the emperor penguins, survival begins with standing together. Alone, the cold would be unbearable. Together, they endure the impossible. Their silent movement is a living shield against the storm. For the seal, refuge lies just beneath the violence of the surface. A single dive carries it away from the storm and into the hidden calm below. Below the waves, the roar becomes a distant memory. Beneath the chaos, another ocean exists, quieter, colder, and no less dangerous. In this maze of ice, experience means knowing where the next breath can be found.
The penguins, too, escape the wind by entering a world built for swimming.
Even the smallest lives have found a refuge beneath the frozen roof. Above them, the storm continues to pass, reshaping the world with every surge. For the albatross, the storm is not an obstacle. It is the road home. It reads the movement of air and water with a precision beyond our imagining. To every creature at the surface, the ocean can become a wall without warning. The storm does not simply move across the ice. It moves the ice itself. Every fracture changes the map of survival.
This is not one storm, but a system that seems to breathe across the entire horizon. Wave after wave, the ocean carries the storm onward into the frozen south.
For now, a trace of light survives beyond the storm. Beyond these waters lies the frozen continent itself, a world shaped by ice on every scale. And at the edge of Antarctica, the next chapter of survival is about to begin. The storm may weaken, but the ocean carries its power long after the wind has passed. For every creature here, danger is not a single moment. It is the rhythm of daily life. Even the ice is at the mercy of forces far larger than itself.
Each opening in the ice creates a new route and a new risk for the lives that depend on it.
When the storm eases, the search for food must begin again. For the Emperor, a single decision can mean the difference between hunger and survival. Below the storm, another journey begins.
In water, they become fast, silent, and almost weightless. The storm reaches below the surface too, stirring even the hidden world beneath the ice. For the smallest creatures, shelter can be no more than a thread of algae beneath the ice. Some animals have learned to find calm in the very heart of the storm.
It knows that the ice above is both protection and prison. Above the waves, the albatross remains one of the storm's few true masters. It does not fight the wind. It turns the wind into motion. Yet even this great bird is only a flicker against the scale of the southern seas. The ice may appear permanent, but here permanence is an illusion. Every broken piece of ice becomes part of the sea's endless transformation. Slowly, the storm begins to loosen its hold on the horizon. Beyond the storm lies the frozen threshold of Antarctica. Here, land and ocean meet in a frontier built from ice. At this edge, every tide and every storm shapes the boundary of a continent.
The ice holds the memory of countless winters, written in layers of blue and white. Even as the storm retreats, the ocean continues its relentless work. Beneath this frozen wall lies a hidden realm few ever see. The edge of Antarctica does not end at the surface. It continues far into the depths.
Here, light arrives only in fragments, filtered through a roof of ice. Beyond the storm, the journey now leads into the frozen heart of the South. The storm has passed, but its mark remains across every mile of sea and ice. Ahead lies a world where ice governs every path, every shelter, and every life. Beyond the storm waits Antarctica, and beneath its ice, a hidden world is about to reveal itself. Beyond the storm lies the edge of a continent unlike any other on Earth. Here, the ocean meets a wall of ice built over thousands of winters. At this frontier, the land does not end. It floats. Inside these layers is the memory of a frozen world. From above, Antarctica appears still. But every edge is in motion. Every crack marks a boundary between what endures and what will eventually break away. The ocean patiently claims its share of the continent. The ocean patiently claims its share of the continent. Each fragment begins a journey across one of the wildest oceans on Earth. The storms may pass, but the sea never stops working against the ice. For the animals of the ice, these narrow passages are roads, hunting grounds, and escape routes. In this shifting maze, even the smallest piece of ice can become a refuge. At the continent's edge, life gathers wherever the ice allows it. For the emperors, the boundary between ice and ocean is crossed every day. One step forward opens the door to food, but also to danger. For Weddell seals, the ice is a place to rest between long journeys beneath the surface. Its world is divided between two realms, the frozen air above and the blue silence below. With a single movement, it leaves the frozen world behind. Above the ice cliffs, the albatross searches the ocean's surface for the next opportunity. To the birds of Antarctica, even the empty sky is part of the hunting ground. But the true scale of Antarctica is revealed only beneath the surface. Below the waterline, the continent becomes a hidden blue cathedral. Every crack becomes a passage for light, water, and life. Even here, on the underside of the ice, a hidden garden begins to grow. From these tiny creatures, the great food web of the Southern Ocean begins. The emperors follow the edge of the ice into a world where air is far above. The seal knows this frozen frontier better than any map could show. Above, the surface is only a distant memory of light. At the edge of the continent, every path leads toward a deeper mystery. Now, beneath the frozen surface, the Southern Ocean will reveal a world few ever witness. Cross this threshold, and the familiar ocean begins to disappear. Beneath the ice, Antarctica becomes a ceiling of blue stone and living water. Light reaches this world only as a faint echo from the surface. In the silent depths, even the smallest movement tells a story. On the underside of the ice, a hidden forest is quietly growing. Among these fragile strands, small creatures find food, cover, and a place to endure. These tiny drifters are the pulse of the Southern Ocean. Where krill gather, other lives soon follow. The emperor penguins know that food waits beyond the safety of the surface. In this cold world, the penguin is built for speed, precision, and silence. But beneath the same ice, another hunter moves with patient confidence. The Weddell seal has spent generations learning the hidden passages of this frozen maze. In a world sealed by ice, every route to air is precious. For a moment, the frozen world opens and allows it to breathe. From above, the edge of Antarctica is a moving map drawn by wind, tide, and time. These open channels connect the frozen continent to the deep ocean beyond. After the storm, the ocean seems calm. But beneath the surface, the currents never stop. These hidden currents carry oxygen, food, and life into the darkest spaces beneath Antarctica. Below the bright edge of the ice lies a depth still largely unknown. Something larger moves beyond the reach of the light. At the bottom of the frozen world, life moves at a different pace. Even in near-freezing water, the hidden garden beneath Antarctica is alive. The edge of the continent shelters an ecosystem almost entirely hidden from the world above. Every hollow in the ice creates another refuge in this cold and changing world. Far above, the sun still shines, but down here, it has become something distant and strange. The farther we travel beneath the ice, the more completely the surface world disappears. Beneath Antarctica lies a world without horizons. Here, every life is connected by the same cold water and the same need to survive. Beyond this final glow begins the hidden world beneath the frozen surface. Now the descent begins into the silent realm beneath Antarctical's frozen skin. Beneath the frozen surface, the known world falls away. Above us is not sky, but a roof of ancient ice. The ice bends the light into colors found nowhere else on Earth. Every bubble carries a trace of air, sealed away by another winter. Water has shaped this hidden landscape as surely as wind shapes the world above. Even in the stillness, the ocean is always moving. On the underside of the ice, a quiet forest feeds the world below. For creatures this small, a single strand of algae can become an entire world. The krill arrive to feed, beginning a chain that will reach across the entire Southern Ocean. In their millions, These tiny animals form the heartbeat of a frozen ocean. Where food gathers, the first hunters are never far behind. Far below the ice, another community waits in the darkness. Here, time moves more slowly, and survival demands patience. Even in near-freezing water, life opens itself to the current. This hidden seafloor is a garden shaped by cold, darkness, and endurance. The emperor penguin enters this silent realm with remarkable ease. Beneath the ice, their wings become powerful fins. Every turn is precise, every second measured against hunger. For now, the chase remains a dance within the shadows. But the ice holds larger lives as well, moving quietly beyond the penguin's view. The Weddell seal navigates this frozen labyrinth with calm, practiced confidence. Its senses are tuned to a world where visibility can vanish in an instant. Above, a narrow opening offers the one thing this sealed world cannot provide: air. In the darkness beneath Antarctica, every fragment of light becomes a landmark. But deeper still, even the last traces of sunlight begin to fade. The frozen surface conceals a darkness as vast as the sky. With every meter downward, pressure rises, and the familiar world disappears. Something unseen moves at the limit of the light. Between light and darkness, the Southern Ocean keeps its deepest secrets. And now, the journey leads away from the ice and into the blue silence below. Beyond the ice, silence becomes deeper than darkness. Here, the ocean opens into a realm with no visible end. Above, the ice becomes a pale memory of the world we left behind. In the depths, food arrives as a slow snowfall from the world above. Even here, the hidden currents continue their endless work. For small animals, darkness can be both a refuge and a warning. Together, they cross the blue silence in search of food and shelter. The seal moves through this cold abyss with a confidence born of generations. It knows where the ice opens, where the currents flow, and where danger may hide. No matter how deep it travels, the seal must always remember the way back to air. The penguins too venture far from the surface, chasing life through the cold. Every dive takes it farther from light and closer to the unknown. In these dark waters, every small movement can lead to a meal. The krill remain at the center of this vast and fragile web of life. On the ocean floor, life waits patiently for what the currents bring. In the deep cold, even the slowest movements serve a purpose. The simplest creatures have mastered the art of waiting.
This hidden garden survives without ever seeing the open sky.
Below the sheltered ice world, another frontier is waiting. Something larger moves in the depths, hidden beyond the reach of the ice light. The surface is becoming a distant world of light, and we can no longer touch. In this vast blue silence, depth becomes its own kind of wilderness. Now there is only water, pressure, and the unseen lives that endure within it. The first strange forms appear, built for a world without warmth or certainty. Fragile as glass, it drifts through a darkness older than memory. Far below the frozen surface, survival has taken forms almost beyond recognition. The ice has led us this far. Now the deeper ocean is calling. Ahead lies the blue silence, where sunlight fades and mystery begins. With every meter, the ocean grows quieter, darker, and more strange. Beyond the frozen surface waits the open abyss, and a world hidden in the blue silence. Now the ice is far above, and the blue silence begins. In this endless water column, the surface is no longer a place, but a memory. Here, sunlight is weakened by every meter of water it must cross. In the blue silence, even falling particles become part of the story of survival. The first life forms here seem almost invisible, built from light, water, and motion. Connected in drifting chains, they move through the ocean like living glass. In a realm without shelter, transparency can be its own kind of protection. A flicker of color reveals a creature almost perfectly disguised by the sea. Here, beauty is often revealed only when the light catches it just right. The deeper we go, the more the ocean begins to hide life in plain sight. Fish that live here must become as elusive as the shadows themselves. Together, their movement creates a pattern that vanishes as quickly as it appears. With every descent, the colors of the world begin to disappear. The frozen surface is now only a ghost of light overhead. Shapes begin to appear at the edge of vision, then disappear before they can be understood. Built for the shadows, it moves with almost no trace of its passing. In the deep ocean, sight must work, where light is almost gone. The open water is not empty. It is filled with lives too subtle for the eye to notice at first. Even here, the smallest creatures continue to hold the ocean together. Far above, the penguins still search the fading light for food. Some creatures are not one animal, but a living colony moving as one. In the quiet current, countless small bodies work together to survive. In a world of fading light, disappearance is often the greatest defense. Below this blue world, darkness is waiting. The last connection to the frozen surface is slowly slipping away. At this depth, the ocean begins to reveal the first rules of the twilight world. Something larger passes below, still hidden by the blue silence. Between light and darkness, an entirely different ocean is beginning to emerge. The creatures of the blue silence are only the beginning of what waits below. Ahead lies the twilight zone, where the last sunlight fades and the hidden ocean begins. The last light of Antarctica is now far behind us. Here, the ocean enters the borderland between day and night. Sunlight still reaches this depth, but only as a fading whisper. From above, a constant snowfall carries nourishment into the darkness. The fragile drifters of the blue silence continue their journey into deeper water. In this open world, transparency is both shelter and disguise. The creatures here are shaped less by force than by lightness and illusion.